Happy March 14th. Yes, well, it's Thursday. And, well, we have had a busy week. We haven't done a lot, but it's been busy. It is March break here. So at the start of the week, we picked up our oldest grandchildren and just had them for the day on Monday. And then in the evening, we had a double feature movie night, which was experience for Ian and I. We watched Good Burger and we watched Five Nights at Freddy's. And hey, that's what they wanted to watch. Not our cup of tea, but our cup of tea when the grandkids are here. And then the next day, Tuesday, we took them to the National Art Gallery. And I'm always so pleased that these two kids will just absorb whatever it is that you're involving them in. They had a special showing of Jean-Pierre Riopel. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering his name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But he was a very prolific, pretty awesome painter, mixed and did other medias as well. And they were there and they took pictures and they were reading the little placards on the side and they were talking about what this looked like and this kind of stuff. We also wandered around and looked at other displays. And after a couple of hours, we were all famished. So we made our way to the Byward Market, which is a very famous market in Ottawa. It's very touristy, not so touristy at this time of year, but there are still quite a few people there. We wandered around, we went into Blue Cactus Restaurant, and we had some food. The kids ate like a meal at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but they were hungry, so they were fine. And we just wandered around, and then we met Mom for supper at a restaurant that had just opened up in Barrhaven, and that was pretty awful. It was nice to be together, but the restaurant was, well, let's just say mediocre at the best. The service was horrible. The orders, they got them all mixed up. Our waitress was way too loud, and maybe the gray hair, she thought we needed her to yell at us. I don't know. Anyway, it was nice to spend supper time with them. I would not recommend. I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant because it's just opened up and maybe they're just having growing pains. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And I just washed my hair today and of course can't do a thing with it. But anyway, so that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I spent grocery shopping and picking up a few other little odds and ends because at the end of the week, actually tomorrow, Friday, we're picking up the other two grandchildren and we're taking them to the Agricultural Museum and a sleepover tomorrow night. Probably take them out for lunch tomorrow too. And tomorrow is my youngest daughter's 39th birthday. So we're gonna hit her husband, Will, is taking her out for supper. So we volunteered to take the kids. No real hardship. So yeah, we're taking the kids, picking them up tomorrow morning, gonna have them for the day and a sleepover, and then Will and Siobhan and Holly and her fella Tom and Miles and Riley are going to come here to have an Indian takeout meal for her birthday. So that should be fun. On the indoor gardening front, my indoor garden is doing really well. And the basil is growing. It smells like basil, believe me. When you open up the little greenhouse, there's a lovely smell of basil that comes out of the greenhouse. Tomatoes are up, and the peppers have sprouted, and the lettuce has sprouted, although it's quite leggy. I did put the grow light right on top of that shelf this morning, so hopefully they won't get too leggy. Well, I just came upstairs to give everybody a little bit of a spray because they're a little droopy. So I thought I would show you my little gardens. There's my tomatoes, doing not too bad. The basils, they need to be watered, that's for sure. There's the lettuce. See how leggy it is? I don't know if that's going to do anything. And there's the peppers. I think next week I'll probably be able to plant those up. And my jade. It's not rotted, so it must be okay. And see, it gets beautiful sunshine on the top of the greenhouse. So I've put the grow light on the bottom. I suppose I could bring the second grow light I have, bring it up here, but yeah, my houseplants are kind of liking it. Anyway, so there they are. Give them a water and they'll perk right up. The knitting front. I haven't really done a whole lot of knitting since Ian's chapeau. So, but I did find a recipe for shorty fingerless gloves. Well, those notorious ends to weave in or sew in, and a little bit of a thumb. I'm not going to make a great big thumb. I might just make a couple of rows. But yeah, isn't that cute? I'm actually thinking I might make some of these because it only took me like an evening and a little bit of a morning to do this one. So I'm thinking that if I do, I might do a couple for Easter gifts. But I'm not going to promise anything. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because next week we are free except for Wednesday. So next week I might be able to get around to making some. But that's about it. I can't think of anything else. Nope. Nothing else on the knitting front. Nope. And do you remember that stationery and stickers and things I showed last week? Well, I forgot to actually show you the writing paper. Well, I did show you the writing paper, but it is, I really can't get a good idea what, but it is it's like, well, I think it is Japanese paper, but it's so thin. And I wrote a letter last week using a gel pen and it wrote so beautifully. I'll put the name of the what the paper is called. I'll put that on the screen because I'm excited to use my fountain pen on it. So I need to get sitting down and writing a letter to someone using my fountain pen. Actually, I think I need some ink for the fountain pens. Anyway, that's another story. So yes, so I was very happy with that. So I think that's about it. The weather has been wonderful this week. Today it's sunny and 15. And tomorrow it's supposed to be 11 and partly sunny. So that should be, I think there's some outdoor displays at the Agricultural Museum, but I don't really remember. It's been a long time since we've been there, sorry. And I know that that Daphne Fox's other grandparents, I believe they take them there on a fairly regular basis, so I'm sure that Daphne and Fox will be experts at where we should go and what we should see. So yeah, so I think that's it. I think I might post today because the next few days are going to be pretty busy and I probably won't get a chance to. So maybe I'll post today and then maybe at the end of the weekend or next week. We'll see. Anyway, that's the end of this one, and I will see you in the next one. So have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. I know I will. So bye for now.